New developments as we continue to follow the future of the U.S. Brig Niagara. The United States Coast Guard has declared the brig's service status as inactive. Our Jamison Hicksonbaugh spoke with state legislators and volunteers today to find out what this means for the ship this summer season. He's joining us live tonight from the Bayfront with the very latest.
Good evening, Eva. The Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission invited the U.S. Coast Guard here to the Maritime Museum last week for a comprehensive review of the U.S. Brig Niagara. And as a result, the Coast Guard changed the ship's status to inactive.
It just keeps getting worse instead of any better. There's no sign of anything improving.
As volunteers of the flagship Niagara League, Ginny Sivak and Stephen Perry are concerned about the future of the U.S. Brig Niagara.
So basically, for the foreseeable future, the public is not going to be able to go on board and experience Niagara.
The U.S. Coast Guard has changed the Niagara's status to inactive in preparation for shipyard repairs. As a result, the public will not be able to tour the ship this season.
The key thing is how it impacts the public's access to Niagara. Where now, moving forward, the public's not going to be able to go on board Niagara while it's in this inactive status. And at this point, we don't know how long that's going to be.
The PHMC took over operations of the Niagara back in January, and ever since, they had been in contract talks with the flagship Niagara League. However, they recently ended programming with the Niagara League after 8 of its board members resigned. And while the PHMC says the change in status is a common practice, Sivak says that's not the case.
I'm concerned because the statements that PHMC are making, they talk about how this has happened before, and actually I think it only happened once in the last 5.5 years I've been here.
Legislators are dealing with the issue at a state level.
We're working hard. It's been tough. There's been a lot of transitions at the PHMC, and so making sure that they know that the legislators are taking this very seriously and we're actively involved. I think that's important.
What are you kind of hoping to see with all this?
Yeah, continuity. Everybody getting back to working together on this. We've got, seems like different segregated groups on it, and I just hope that we can bring everybody together and finally make the ship sail.
According to the PHMC, the Niagara's current certificate of inspection as a sailing school remains valid, and once the repair work is completed, the ship will return to active status. But exactly when remains to be seen. I also spoke with William Sabatini of the flagship Niagara League, and he tells me that they are still raising funds to find Letty G. Howard a new landing spot. And he also tells me that they have every intention of hosting Tall Ships Erie next year. Live from the Bayfront, Jamison Hicksonbaugh, Erie News Now.